It is such an absolute beautiful day. Let's go for a ride. All right, we've put a lithium battery on this thing. We have completely flushed the brake system and got new brake fluid in this thing. Let's go for a ride. But before we do, let's throw our saddlebags on there. You can get these at wretchedclothing.com. They are the coffins, which are the smaller ones. Let's throw them on the bike because we need to take some flannels to my friend's shop. I know he wants one, and let's go for a ride. All right, installing these bags are pretty straightforward. These are throwover bags. You just take your seat off, like so. And you put your bags on. Now, I know they've already been on this bike, so the strap is pretty much already figured out, but you do want to get your bags as flat as possible and get them squared away. They do have mounts on the bottom that you can put under here and strap through to keep them from flapping, but these aren't going to stay on there right this second, so we haven't installed those yet. And there's going to be flannels in here, so they're not going to flop up. Once you get them situated where you want them, you just throw your seat back on, and then you're pretty much squared away. And the best feature of our bag is if you have your seat on, especially if you have a seat lock or a bunch of different things, you can just zip our bags off and take the bag with you. All right, I know one of the guys at the shop wants a flannel, so we're going to take some over there. I'm going to take a couple different sizes so they can try them on. Let's get the bike packed and get out of here.
What is up, everybody? This is, in my opinion, the best day to ride through the entire year. And you only get one chance at it. It is the latest part of the year, so most of the leaves have changed. It is absolutely beautiful. All right, hold on one second. We switched the brake fluid out in this bike. Let's see how good it stops. God! All right, so the brakes really work on this thing now. So the video we recorded right before we went out on this, the brake fluid was absolutely disgusting. This bike is an 08. I am confident at least the rear brake fluid was original. And the brakes were absolutely squishy. You really had to push down on them. And it was just a nightmare. I didn't really mean to interrupt myself there, talking about the beautiful weather. But while I tested the brakes out in gravel just to make sure that they're working, I hadn't tasted them. I hadn't tasted them either, but I hadn't tested them on pavement, and wow, this thing will throw you off the bike now. That is awesome. Having fresh brake fluid in a bike makes all the difference. I'll try and link that video up top. All we did was just flush the brake fluid, and it made a world of difference. If you haven't done that in your bike and it's more than 5 years old, please do that. Alright, back to what we were talking about. The weather, the time of year, it's absolutely beautiful. I mean, are you seeing all these vibrant colors? All these dying dead leaves just look absolutely beautiful on their dying leaf bed? I don't know. But it is beautiful through here. And it is the last day, in my opinion, to do that in its best form. Why? Because today is the last day before we switch over to daylight savings time. Or we're in daylight savings time. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. Tomorrow we fall back. I know not every part of the world and not every part of this own country in America does that. I wish we didn't do that. I don't need it to be light outside at 6 a.m. I wish it was still light outside at 6 p.m. Starting tomorrow, it's going to get dark right at 5 o'clock. And I wish I had those couple extra hours of just a little bit of sunlight. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful out here. When I get off work at 3 and I run errands and I do whatever, I get home, I've got, Jesus, they're way over into my lane. Always got to be careful when you're riding. Anyways, before the car interrupted me, by the time I get home, it can be 4 o'clock or 4:30, depending on what I may have to do. I've got an hour and a half hour of sunlight left, and I'm lucky because I get off at 3. My wife gets off at 5. It's dark, and it will just be dark for her every day through the winter. And I feel like this is the best time of year to have that little bit of extra time in the afternoon. I mean, comment down below, what do you think? Having the most amount of time in the afternoon, in my opinion, is way more important than having some extra time in the morning. I understand, like, back in the day, I think it was done for, like, the farming industry and all that kind of stuff, but do they really need that extra hour in the morning instead of having that hour at night? Or for whatever reason they may be doing it now? I don't know. Comment down below what you think. I'm going to appreciate this beautiful scenery as you ride up to my buddy's shop and deliver these flannels. Alright, made it to Boone's. We're going to deliver some flannels.
Oh, yeah. Dude.
Alright, so we're leaving my buddy's shop. I brought like 4 flannels, mainly just a bunch of different sizes. And honestly, they got all of them. Actually, no, they didn't. I got to turn back. I forgot. There's one of them they didn't get. Okay, we're leaving my buddy's shop for the second time. So I brought 4 flannels up there. Extra large, 2X, 3X, and 4X. Because Boone, the guy who owns the shop, wanted an XL. But I knew some of the other guys might want a flannel. And I didn't know what sizes. So I figured that would cover everybody. And I sold the XL, 3X, and 4X. And one of the guys wanted another XL. So I forgot the 2XL back at the shop, went and grabbed that. Next week we're gonna drop by and drop off another XL for him. But now we're gonna head home. We don't really have anything else planned today. I was supposed to head to my friend's house, but he had a family thing that kind of popped up. So we might go do that tomorrow. Some more work with the dyna, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But at the very least, we've had a pretty successful day. We got the brakes really dialed in on this thing. Could not be happier on that. We do have one more upgrade for the brakes that we're going to do. So subscribe for that. While this video is not part of the Dyna build series. We do have a series on this bike if you are interested. I'll try and remember to link that. But we do have a series where we're building this Dyna up through the winter. We're going to get something kind of nice, hopefully, at the end of it. Now, with all that being said, we're going to cruise on home, enjoy the ride. I don't know when my wife's going to be home. She was out. Her cousin is like, her little cousin is like 12 or 13. He is out doing a race. He's like racing go-karts. He's in a league. I know, white people things. But the place is like 3 hours away. So I haven't checked in on her to see if they're on the way. Last time I talked to her, they were doing another heat. So I don't know when she's going to be home, which means I don't know what I'm doing for dinner or anything that's going on. But as of right now, we're going to ride home. We're going to enjoy our day. We're going to hope this cop's not going to pull out and pull us over, because I completely forgot where I'm at. And where we are, it is nothing but Ticket City. Let's see, that cop did back up, but he's not coming our direction. Alright, cool. This bike with a 6th gear, I'm still not used to it. This thing just wants to go like high speed. I got it in 6th gear right now, kind of barely rolling. We got the RPMs kind of low. It's quiet. You know, don't come pull me over, officer. I can't afford a ticket. We're not going that fast anyways. We're only going like 5 over, so you gotta remember to keep it kind of slow through here. But yeah, the main purpose today, I really wanted to get the brakes fixed, which we did in a previous video. We got this thing out and about. We really got to enjoy some beautiful scenery. The leaves are like peak right now. They're going to be beautiful for another week or so, probably 2 weeks, but like I said, today's the best day, because tomorrow, while it will be nice to get an extra hour in the day, we can get some extra sleep, but it's going to be dark early, and I don't really like that. So what do you like? Do you prefer to have that extra hour? I bet you do. Let me know in the comments. I do want to say I greatly appreciate every single one of you who watch these videos. If you've made it this far, I mean, you're a real one. Also, that's a freaking copper GTR. Look at us. We're twinsies. Copper bike, copper GTR. Look at that. Twinsies. I love a GTR. I just think they're so cool. Gotta love it. I want one day. They're kind of expensive though. Beautiful cars. Very fast. Anyways, okay. let me stop dreaming here. I mean, that is a beautiful, very expensive GTR. Why is it in the right lane? Oh. Getting a little close there, buddy. Why is that GTR in the right lane going slow? Because of cops. This is a terrible section for cops. So hopefully, like, kind of 1.5 towns over, the speed limit actually raises up to 60, and then there's no more cops generally. So that GTR can maybe like open up and stretch its legs. But for us, we're going home. We're gonna go home and edit a bunch of stuff, ship some orders, get everything packaged up, and we're going to enjoy the rest of our day. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Like I was saying, I appreciate every single one of you. Thanks so much for the views, the likes, the comments. I really do appreciate that. If you're not subscribed, now's a great time to do so, especially if you're interested in a dyna build. We're in the thick of it. We've been ordering a lot of parts. A lot of things haven't changed yet. It probably doesn't look like a whole lot's been going on, but we've been planning, we've been working, we've been getting this thing kind of de-uglied, and then we're going to switch everything up. But as always, keep it wretched.